All right, hell yeah, and we are live. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the second episode of the Gore Show. Just me today, no Sam, because he had to handle some family stuff here. But I'm here with Kevin Kennedy from Sex Prisoner. What's up, man?
How's it going? What's up?
Oh, good,
Nice
good.
meeting you,
Thanks
man.
for nice meeting you too. Thanks for coming on. I've been a big fan for a long time, so this is really awesome. I've been listening to you guys for probably since I want to say 2011, 2012. When did that first self title come out?
2010 came out. In
2010.
2010. Yes,
Yeah, it
sir.
was a long time. Yeah, I was doing some blog stuff for the Vinod Karki YouTube
Okay.
channel.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, and that's when I found out about you guys, and I was like, this shit is this is next level. I was like way into it, way huge into it. So this is a big day for me. I know Sam was hyped to have you on too, but this is awesome, man.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you. I appreciate all the
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
words.
big words, man. Back-to-back episodes. We had Sordo on the first episode, and I love Sordo. I love Eddie, so that was great. And then
Yeah.
having
Sordo
you on
rocks,
too,
man.
man.
I love Sordo.
Great, great. And Eddie's like a really, really nice guy too. So it was awesome to have him on and talk to him too.
Yep. Yeah. We
Yeah.
played with
So
them once in the past, and yeah, I fell in love with that band. Cool band.
yeah, yeah,
Hope to play
awesome
with them
band.
again soon.
Yeah, would love that. So you guys have kind of been on a little bit of a little bit of a hiatus. You guys have kind of been on a hiatus now since what? 2016 is when Tannhauser Gate came out.
Yeah. Tannhauser Gate came out in 2016, and then we had a split come out with Harm Done in 2017. I want to say.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's been a while since we put out new music, but still play shows kind of intermittently here
yeah.
and there. But yeah, um, writing some new music now, so I don't know.
Love to hear that.
This
Love
might
to
be
hear
the
that, man.
first breaking news, I guess. I don't know, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
That's awesome, man.
writing a new LP, so that's in the works now. So pretty excited
Yeah,
about that. Get some new
yeah.
stuff out there.
No, definitely, big time, big time. So I guess the first thing I'd like to ask is, what were your first introductions really into power violence, hardcore? What were you guys? What really got you guys into it?
Um, Personally, my main like introduction to it was my brother, who's also in the band. He's a couple years older than me.
Hmm.
So he really showed me kind of infest at a really young age and
Yeah,
despise you and cross out and that kind of stuff. We shared an iPod, one of the old ones, or
yeah,
not before the Touch came out. But
yeah.
he downloaded a bunch of Power Violence and stuff on there, so I got into it pretty young. Also, I have an older cousin from the Los Angeles area. He was into like hardcore and punk and showed us like Madball and Youth of Today and stuff at like a
Okay.
super young age. So it's kind of like I don't know, it was kind of baked into the cake at a young
Right,
age.
right, right. You got hip at a young age and just kind of
Yeah,
fell
which
in love
which
with
is
it.
which is cool, man, because like you're so like it could go either way when you're so young. So it's cool to be influenced by that
Right,
at a
right.
young
Yeah,
age. Yeah,
very impressionable stuff like that. It's funny to
absolutely.
hear that.
Yep.
Because I feel like a lot of bands that I've talked to when they first like at least a lot of the grind bands and stuff, they always say like anal cunt. That's always the first band that they get into, and then
Dude,
however they feel about it as time goes on, like that's always like the main band. And it's obviously especially when you're younger and you see like some of their song titles, that's like prime. Like when you're 15, you're like, this is the funniest thing I've ever
for
seen.
sure, dude. And it's funny you bring that up because my cousin also showed us anal cunt at a young age. Like
Oh yeah, because
probably
it's
probably too young to like to be appropriate, but
right,
like
right.
we're like, holy shit, this is wild, and it just kind of kicks our interest, and you dive down that.
Right, right, right. It's
Yeah.
just a hilarious thing. So, I knew that your brother was in the band. He plays now. I know he's in another band, an industrial band, which I kind of wanted to talk about that too. But was
Yep.
he in Get a Grip? Did he was in, or is
No,
that a different?
he's not in Get a Grip, but those are our good buddies, also from Tucson.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
but
So
yeah, he's in Realize. He's in that band
yes, yes,
Realize.
the industrial band. Yeah. So
Yes,
I was
sir.
gonna say a lot of the I guess the Arizona scene. Is there a real big crossover kind of between like the metal bands and the power violence and the hardcore? Or is it?
Yeah, it's pretty cool because it's like a smaller town, I guess. So
Yeah.
yeah, everybody's not kind of individual and secluded. Everybody kind of intermingles together, which is pretty sweet. Kind of
Right.
large pool of people just kind of collaborating together. It's pretty
Right.
badass.
Right. Working together. How do you feel about the scene as a whole, the Tucson scene?
I think it's pretty strong.
Yeah.
There's a lot of younger kids going to shows now, which is cool to see, kind of picking up and carrying it on. But no, it's probably stronger than it's ever been, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Get a
Yeah. And
Grip's a beast right now, man. They're playing all the fucking time, and it's really
yeah,
cool
they
to
are a
see.
hard ass band, a really hard
Yep.
band. I remember like back in the day, I used to follow you on Twitter, and it was funny when I saw that your brother was in an industrial band. So like to tie the two things together, but I just remember you used to tweet about how much like you hated Corn, and like there were certain bands that you just like.
Dude,
So it was funny to see that they were in the industrial band.
I like Corn. Like I just, dude, it's oh man, I just would talk so much shit on that thing. Like
Yeah,
half the shit on there that I said, I didn't mean.
No, it was hilarious though, because my friends and I, we used to like we started using the term Chad all the time because like we
Oh,
saw that like you would tweet it all the time. Like we thought it was hilarious. We thought it was just the funniest shit ever, dude.
dude, that's funny, man. Yeah, that's from like high school. So like, I guess I was like, I don't know. I was into like, I was in the jazz band and stuff, but
Yeah,
I was also into sports and stuff. But like, the term Chad was like a locker room term from the football team. We
yeah,
just
yeah.
call like goober, like just goofy white dudes,
Right,
or
right, right.
Chads, but it's funny. That's
It's
what it
funny
is.
that you brought up the football team too, because I was reading like an old Cult Nation interview that you guys had, and it
Uh-huh.
said that you got kicked off of the football team. What happened with
I
that, man?
did, man. So, um, so it was the first game of the season. We played our rival, won, and went camping to celebrate,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
booze out
right.
in the
Just hanging
desert.
out.
And then the cops came and busted us, and I got in trouble. Got kicked off the team. So,
That kind of sucks, dude. You would think that they'd give you a little bit of a leash for that. Like, why would you
yeah,
guys not,
yeah,
go out
make
and
me do
party?
like down ups until I throw up or something. But no,
Yeah.
I was, to be honest, I was kind of over it, like getting punished all the time. That
Yeah, it's rough. I played football in high school too, and it was not real. Like I enjoyed it. Obviously, like I'm a big sports fan, but
Mhm.
man, there is certainly a line of like guys who take it really serious, and they're like,
Oh
"Hey, I
yeah,
want to go to college and get a degree," and got like I
yep,
just like watching football, so I would show up and like guys who've been working out and doing like bear crawls and shit all summer, and I just been playing like pickup basketball and eating Taco Bell. So we're doing like hitting drills, and I'm just getting fucking destroyed every
yep,
time. And I was like,
yep.
"Nah, this is not for me. This is not for me at all."
Yeah, man, we had some kids on our team that were really good. So yeah, going up against that, and I was, my heart wasn't all the way in it. So just getting teed off on all the time, it's like,
Right,
all
it was
right, man, I'm
terrible though.
fucking,
It was fucking awful. You were a big XFL guy too, though. I remember the XFL love all the time.
dude. I have an XFL tattoo.
I know. I remember that. I remember seeing it. I was like, this guy's got a fucking XFL. I was like, I'd never seen somebody this dedicated to the XFL in my life. Are you still watching it? Or it combined with the UFL, didn't it?
Yeah, combined with the UFL, I kind of stopped watching it to be honest. But like, yeah, during COVID, it was so boring. It's like I need something to keep me occupied. It's like,
Right.
dude, was it Seltzer Bud Lights or whatever? Seltzer Bud
Oh
Lights
yeah,
and
yeah.
fucking XFL. It's like that was what it was.
That's hilarious. I will say the XFL definitely the fact that they still embrace just like you can get concussed over the middle and we'll put you right back in the game. There's
Yeah.
an audience that wants to see that. That there's like we're not worried about any protocols, none of that
Yep.
bullshit. You just get right out there and play, man.
You just keep. Do I still have a pulse? Let's fucking
Right,
go,
that's
man.
exactly that. That's so fucking funny, man. So are you still with A389 right now? Because that's how I got in contact with you guys was through reaching out with them. I was having a hard time
Yeah,
finding you guys.
yeah, kind of low key, but yes, sort of. Um, this might be breaking news. I don't know if I'm allowed to announce it yet. It hasn't been
Yeah.
announced officially, but they're putting out a repress for us of Tannhauser Gate, so that's pretty
Okay.
cool.
That
Yeah,
is awesome.
yeah. So they're originally going to put the record out back in the day, and then it just didn't happen. Um, Deep Six ended up putting it out, but I've always stayed in contact with Dom throughout the years, and
Yeah.
it finally came time to repress it. We were running low on copies, and yeah, he's like, "Yeah, I'll fucking put it out." Cool.
Yeah, that's
So
sick. And how did you get in touch with the A389? Because I know you were doing some stuff with To Live a Lie at first, right? Because I'm
yeah,
blanking on the guy's name who runs that, but I used to
yeah,
be in
Will,
contact with him a little bit, yeah, back in the
yeah,
day, and he used to talk you guys up.
yeah. Will's badass. Dude, honestly can't even remember how we got in contact with Dom. I think yeah, we might have hit him up. I can't even remember, man. To be honest with you,
Right,
it's been a
right.
while. But he before we agreed to do that record, he invited us to Baltimore to play the A389 Bash,
Yeah.
and I think that's kind of what sparked it, and we kind of
Okay.
kept the relationship going from
Yeah.
there.
So
But
you
yeah,
guys going and just kind of built on from there. Well,
yeah,
man, that's fucking sick.
yeah.
Side projects. I know because since Sex Prisoners kind of been obviously we talked about Realize, but has anybody else in the band got any other under side projects going on?
I know Matt and Gil are trying to start like a hardcore punk band, but I haven't seen it really take off the ground yet.
Yeah.
They were in another side project, Hikikomori, kind of shoegazy stuff.
Yeah.
But
Interesting.
yeah, I think that's like more their style.
Yeah, kind
Not
of their speed, what they're going with.
Yeah, I don't really know too much about that scene, but no, not really. I think we're all just kind of just doing Sex Prisoner when we can, and that's
Yeah,
pretty much it. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, no,
From
that's
what
good.
from what I know, and I don't live in Tucson anymore. I moved down closer to the border. I live in Nogales, about an hour away.
Okay.
So I'm not up there as much as I want to be. So they
Hmm.
might be doing something out. I don't keep in contact with them as much as I should, to be honest. We
Right,
just send memes
right,
back
right.
and forth like dudes do, but like
Yeah.
I don't know
Well,
what's
you
really
get
going on.
busy. You got stuff going on. It's a little rough.
Yeah, but
So you guys, you guys played at that last Weekend Nacho show, didn't you? Well, whatever. I don't know if they've
yes,
played a show since then. That one in Chicago back in it was like 2014, 2015.
yeah, that sounds right. 20 is it 2015? I have the poster somewhere, but yeah, we played the last show with them. It was badass, man. It was 2 nights. I think we played the first night, and then
Yeah,
it was fucking cool. Yeah, the first night was like mainly kind of catered to like more of the power balance grindy stuff, and
yeah.
the second night was like more hardcore. I think Harm's Way played the second night. Like the singer
Okay.
from The Killer filled in for him, and it was pretty fucking
Yeah,
cool.
that's fucking sick. That was that was the show. Wasn't there like a really really bad storm that night? Like the power went out, and it was. Or am I thinking of a
um,
different show? I could be getting that mixed up with something else. But I
I,
think I remember.
I don't recall that happening.
Okay, I could be
That might have been
completely
a
wrong.
different
Yeah.
show. Yeah.
Completely, yeah, completely wrong. That's cool though. Weekend Nachos, I mean, a fantastic band. They were like a big time Power Violence band, and so was Antichrist Demon Core. I remember like with those
Yep.
two guys going away, a lot of people were kind of crowning you guys as like the big next uh Power Violence band. Like they, everybody loved you guys. So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we always looked up to those guys, so that's
yeah,
cool that like people gave us those flowers. So yeah, I appreciate hearing that. But no, those guys are the giants. So yeah, they kind of paved the way for us, really. So kudos to them.
yeah,
Tip my cap
yeah.
to those bros.
Yeah, honestly, fantastic. So I know I will say like when I was doing some research about you guys. Now I've been a big fan for a long time. Been listening to you guys for a while. I didn't really realize this until today when I was just doing like some side stuff. A lot of people are really like against your guys' name now. Have you seen like the people who talk about the name Sex Prisoner and being like, "Oh, it's a bad name. They shouldn't use that name." Like have you seen any of that stuff? Because I don't remember any of it for like the longest time. And then it was like
um,
literally just this morning when I was like at my girlfriend's house. Like I was just like, let me do some, reading about it, and I was just seeing all these people like this is, they need to change their name. Like, what is this disgusting? Like, it was such a random thing to like see.
um, I don't necessarily disagree with that.
Yeah,
I haven't seen those comments. I try and stay off the internet and
yeah,
stay off the comments. It doesn't do anybody any good doing that. But I think it's a stupid fucking band name. Like it really
yeah.
is. Like we came up with it. I was still in high school. So it's like
Right,
a 17-year-old kid. That
100%.
for
It's like things have
like
changed
playing.
too. So it's
Yeah, exactly. And playing like aggressive, shitty music. It's like the name fits the music, I guess. It's an
right.
ugly name for some ugly music. So and
Yeah,
like yeah, if I were to start a power violence band now, like I wouldn't pick that band name, like for
right,
sure
right.
not. But it is what it is, so it's cool. Like
Yeah, it
I think
just
it's a blessing and a curse in a way. It's you know name recognition. It kind of sticks with people. It's such a shitty band name. It's like
yeah, 100%. It
whoa, what the
definitely
fuck is that?
it definitely stands out. It's also kind of weird though too, because like when I hear the band name, and even when I heard it the first time, I never really thought of like I guess like anything like bad kind of, I just thought like, oh, this is just a hard ass band. Like they're just putting two things together. Like, you know,
I think that's what it was, and I didn't come up with the band name. Not trying to deflect here, but
oh, yeah, no,
my
it
brother came up
actually
with the
wasn't
band name.
me. So don't send the hate to me.
It's not me. It's not me. Yeah, don't point your finger at me. But no, my brother came up with it and brought it to the guys, and I was like, all right, yeah, fuck it, let's rock.
Right,
Let's
let's
go
kind of
for it.
run with it. Also, too,
Whatever,
with a lot of power violence and grind, like you kind of become desensitized to a lot of this stuff. We were
for
talking with
sure,
To Eddie about this last week when we were kind of talking about like album covers and shit. Like, a lot of the grind bands and especially like gore
for
bands who
sure.
put just straight up dudes with no heads and shit like on
Yep,
the album covers, and you don't even really think about after a while like
yep,
you can put like Sex Person or whatever, like that's after you just listen to a band where the song is like rape the corpse and the album cover is like a dead child, you're like, yep, this is just
yep,
like
yep.
normal, like you don't even think
Par for
about
the
it.
course. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly, like it just goes away, like there's nothing even about it, man. Damn,
Yep,
dude,
yep.
that's crazy. It's
But yeah,
also
I haven't seen anything, but yeah,
yeah, I mean, it was just small stuff. To be honest, I saw like I was just clicking through, like I was reading up kind of about you guys more, and then I clicked in the hardcore subreddit. I don't know if you've ever like the official subreddit for like hardcore music, and then there were just a couple people in there like bitching, but they'll bitch about
there's always something to bitch about, so it's like
Yeah, they'll
whatever.
bitch
Like,
about anything, which is also one of the funniest things. I used to say this all the time, like when I was like be on tour and stuff. People would, come out and they would like they'd be on the high horse of like we need to protect like, this and that. We need to make sure that like um we respect women at shows and da 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 and stuff like that. But then they would have like a Gigi Allen patch on their jacket, and
yeah,
it's like, well, I don't. You can't say that and then wear that. I mean, that's like the worst guy ever. So
yeah, exactly. It's like, come on,
it's a
there's
little,
a little bit
yeah,
of hypocrisy there, but
yeah, 100%,
but
100%, man.
it is what it is. But they can hate all they want. It doesn't water off my back. I really don't
Yeah,
care.
it doesn't seem like any. It doesn't seem like it's really anything. It wasn't anything too
Yeah,
crazy, but it was something funny that
for
I had
sure. Yeah,
seen.
for
So
sure. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you and bring this up too. I don't know if you remember. So this was probably back in like 2019, 2018-ish. So I had been working for this record label out here in Cleveland, and I tried really, really hard to get you guys signed. And the guy who owned the label liked you guys a lot, and he was like, I would love to sign these guys. Like, I would love to sign them. And I would have been like messaging you. It was the same email address. I wasn't, because I had an email address that we eventually had just recently. I had that in one of my old email addresses, but I can't remember exactly like what the breakdown was. But I just remember you guys were like, we want nothing to do with that, because
Oh
I don't
shit.
remember what the exact offer he sent over was, but I think is somebody in the band, and is it an archaeologist or like
I'm
a
a geologist.
geologist?
Yeah, I'm a
Okay, there it is.
geologist.
Yeah, and it was like,
Yep.
dude, I make way more money doing this than whatever you guys sent over. So it was just funny that,
Oh yeah, I don't recall that, man.
yeah, it was a
Down to
long
work,
time ago.
down to work with anybody. Yeah. Well, my apologies if
Oh no, it
I
wasn't.
don't remember
No,
that.
dude, it was funny. It wasn't anything bad. It was just like they had wanted to. I had, gotten this job doing like A&R for a label that primarily did like like scene bands. Like they had like I Set My Friends on Fire and like
Okay,
shit like that signed.
gotcha. Okay,
But when I had got the job, I was like, I'm just gonna try and like get as many grind and like Powerviolence bands signed as I can. Like this is what I really like. I want to get involved in. He hated, I would say probably like 90% of the bands that I showed him. They like did not like a single one of them, but they really liked you guys. And I was like, dude, I'll try and get them signed, because I used to try and get you guys booked in Cleveland all the time. And you're like, how are we supposed to get to Cleveland? And I was like, I don't know, man. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I'll try and do something.
yeah, shit. I mean, we're open to anything. We'll take any.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
we'll
Yeah, it was
listen.
just yeah, it was just a funny thing. I was just thinking about it the other day, and I was like, man, it was just funny that I was like trying to set all this stuff up with literally no plan, not a single plan at all. I was just like, this sounds like a good idea, so I'm gonna just like kind of chase after it and see what the fuck happens.
Yeah, and to be honest, like I don't check my email regularly, so I don't know if
Yeah.
it like fell between the cracks or something. And yeah, my apologies if
Oh,
I
no need to apologize. It was
it
just
came
fun. It
off
was
like
just funny to me. Like I was just thinking about it, and I was like, I was not really prepared or planned at all to be doing anything like that. It was literally just like, dude, I listen to Sex Person all the time. Like we'll figure it out. Like I was like, I'll figure something out. It's like you guys are on the complete other side of the country. I have no plan at all. I'm just like, yeah, they'll just make it to Ohio and we'll figure some shit out and get them put on shows.
it's possible, I guess. I don't know. Maybe not
Yeah.
now, but yeah.
Yeah, maybe not now. Well, I got fired, so
Oh shit.
definitely not, definitely not now. But maybe back then, yeah, for sure. Oh, damn, man, so that's fun. So, are you guys into a lot of industrial stuff?
Um, my brother is. He's
Yeah,
my brother and our drummer. I think the rest of the guys really are. I mean, I like Godflesh and stuff like that, I guess. But
yeah,
um, yeah, my brother's kind of the industrial guy.
yeah,
Um, yeah, I like Street Cleaner. I mean, I have a couple Godflesh records, but that's as far as it goes for me, I
yeah.
guess.
Nothing too crazy like that. No, I feel
Yeah,
it.
haven't dove too deep into that. It's an acquired taste for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I would say for industrial, outside of like Mushroom Head, which they're like very local to Cleveland. They're like I don't know if you ever listen to them. They're like a band. They're like a Slipknot kind of band. They
Yep,
put
yep, yep.
masks and shit on. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's really the only like industrial band that I've listened to. But I mean, I think they're sick. There's something about like kind of that style, like the avant-garde nonsense that they kind of put on that
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's
is
kind of
definitely pretty
sterile with
chill.
the program drums. It's pretty cool.
Right, yeah.
But
The progression of your guys' albums. So like your first album is pretty like it's very, very I guess is not to sound like a music like nerd guy, but it's very, very Powerviolence. And I
mhm.
think people who aren't as into Powerviolence can listen to like the next two, like State Property and Tannhauser Gate, and
Yep.
it sounds more hardcore to them, and it's easier for them to listen to if they're not as into Powerviolence. Is
Yep.
that something you guys did by design, or did you just kind of want to, maybe change the sound up a little bit, or
No, I think it happened organically. Um, yeah, I don't. I mean, I think yeah, just kind of organically, and we're kind of influenced by what we were listening to at the time, I guess.
Yeah,
And I think the tone kind of changed between State Property and the self-titled. It's a slightly different tone, kind of more appealing, I guess, to the hardcore palette.
yeah,
But no, I mean, yeah, it wasn't intentional. It was just kind of the path we took. And then writing the LP, it's a lot of vinyl to fill, so you got to make the songs a little bit longer, you know.
right.
I feel like some power violence records kind of get I like a short attention span, so it's like, dude, 30-second songs for fucking this long, like I don't know if I can
Yeah,
do it. So you kind of got
yeah,
like we were kind of just like you got to make them a little bit longer to fill the record up. But
yeah,
so maybe that's kind of where the hardcore, I guess, style kind of shows up a little bit more, but
yeah.
wasn't necessarily intentional, I would say.
Right. I also think hardcore music, or at least a lot of like old school hardcore music and power violence, is very similar. If you go back and
For
listen
sure.
to like a lot of that minor threat stuff and
Yep.
just shit in that area in general, it sounds similar to a lot of power violence, especially
For
stuff like
sure.
crossed out and no comment. That sounds a lot like hardcore. So it's
Yep.
easy to kind of tie those things together. Have you guys played with a lot of hardcore bands or done a lot of hardcore fests and shows?
Um, we have, because yeah, Tucson, there's it's a smaller scene, so when they come through town, it's easy to play with hardcore bands. I'm trying to think of some bands we've played with that are more hardcore. I'm drawing a blank, man.
Did you guys
I
play
mean,
with Tsunami?
we did not.
Did not.
Um,
Who the hell? I feel like somebody told me that you were at a Tsunami show, but he might have just been.
yeah, I might have just been there. But I mean, the A389 Bash. I mean, that's a perfect
Yeah.
example. It's like, yeah, it's kind of a mix. There are power violence bands, but it's like, Integrity also plays, so it's like,
Right. Right. Right.
and
Yeah, that
Ringworm
makes
and that
sense.
kind of stuff. We played with Ringworm before, which is pretty cool. Like, did a floor show with Ringworm back in
Yeah.
the day. So
Ringworm is sick. And Integrity,
yeah,
man. Those are
Cleveland.
some
Yeah, there you
old
go,
school
Cleveland.
Cleveland bands. Yeah, dude.
Shout out,
You ever
yeah.
listen to, man, I know this is a little side. You ever listen to fucking One Life Crew, dude?
I
Do you know
have.
about One Life Crew? The
I do. Yeah, yeah. Like,
black
what's his
hole
name?
of that.
Chubby
Oh
Fresh or
my God,
whatever.
man. That guy, he's a psycho, man. He took me to, before he had gone down his like massive psycho, like his pole, he took me to a Cavs game like 2 years ago. He got us like floor seats. We went to a Cavs game, we're watching the game. And have you ever listened to the band Zulu?
I have. Yeah.
Okay, so Braxton, the guy who's in that band, they are big fans of you because we interviewed him before, and he said that basically like you guys and Mind Eraser are the whole like the influences for
Oh,
Zulu.
sick.
Yeah,
Sick.
so he was big into those, but Chubby Fresh at some point like Zulu had released a shirt that said like abolish white hardcore, right? And they're just fucking around, like they're not trying to do anything crazy. Like he had said, like we're just they're doing their thing. Chubby Fresh went insane and like tweeted about Zulu, made Facebook posts about him. He took
Oh
me to a
man.
Cavs game, and when I told him that I knew Braxton, he spent the entire game right in my ear, and he was like, he didn't know what
Oh
power
shit.
violence was. He thought it was a racial attack on white people. He was like, "What are you?" It
Get
was
out of
like an
touch, old dude.
yeah, man. It was like an entire thing. He's a fucking nut, man. But
Yeah.
his, I'll say they're Crime Ridden Society. It is a good album, but he is a
It's a heavy album, dude. So it's
heavy.
like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
Madari Stomp. It is one of the hardest songs, but he is like. He's a fucking nut, man. He's a crazy
Yeah.
guy. Every time, like, it'll be every like 2 or 3 months. I'll just, I'll go out, go to a bar or something. I'll just hear like, did you hear what happened with Chubby? And it's like, this guy is, man. He's
Not again. Come
literally,
on,
it's
man.
like, not again, dude. Like, just stay out of the fucking. Well, I also think, and I mean, not just sound mean. I think he's just kind of like a lonely guy because I really barely knew him. We didn't have like a huge connection or like a friendship or anything. We never even really worked together. And I asked him one time, I was like, hey, could I interview you for something? He was like, yeah. And then he called me and he was like, I'll take you to my warehouse. He's like, you like basketball? Let's go to the Cavs game. Da, da, da. Then like we're at the Cavs game and he's putting me on the phone with his 8-year-old daughter and I have like no idea what to say and I'm like, what is going? He's like not a real guy. Like he's just
Huh.
it's very interesting. The Cleveland hardcore scene is definitely an interesting.
Yeah. Cool bands though. Like I like the
Yeah,
Inmates. Inmates are sick.
yeah. I've
Was it the
inmates.
Malnek brothers? I don't know if I'm pronouncing their name right. The two
You
brothers that played in Integrity.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, Integrity. I'm a fan of Integrity, but I do like hardcore music, but I'm definitely pretty casual with hardcore
Okay.
music. To be
Okay.
honest, outside of like,
Gotcha.
I love like Slapshot,
There you
Madball,
go.
10 Yard Fight, like Warzone, and then after that, Riding Out.
Falls
Like
off.
Riding Out's cool. I fuck with Riding Out. Yeah, it does
Yeah.
kind of start falling off. I'm very like, whatever's on is on.
For sure. For sure. I got you.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty sick stuff. Yeah, man. Well, I didn't have a ton of questions for you. I feel bad that Sam wasn't here because I wish he was. Probably could have
Yeah, no,
threw
no
you a
worries,
lot
man.
more. But
Yeah,
yeah,
we can always do it again too if we want Sam to join.
Oh yeah, dude. You could. Hey, listen. You can come on whenever you want. I did want to ask you the Cure. You still a big Cure guy?
I love the Cure, man.
I know
I
you big time Cure guy.
I love the Cure, and I went and saw the Cure 2 years ago with my wife when they came to
Yeah,
Phoenix. Dude, incredible,
wonderful show,
incredible.
man. Wonderful show. Their music is like fantastic.
Yeah, it's perfection, and it's kind of the polar opposite of what like power violence or hardcore is, but it's
Still, it's
fucking
still good
rocks.
though.
It
And I mean,
rocks.
their first record is. I know it's classified as like a punk album. I don't. When I say that, I don't want people to listen to it and think like, "What the fuck is this? This is not punk." But it's definitely very. It's a good listen.
Yep.
It's a
Yeah.
good listen. That 19. I don't remember the name of it. Whatever the album with the fridge on the cover, the pink
I don't
background.
even know. Yeah, I'm terrible with record names.
Dude, same. Yeah, damn, dude. Well, hey, it was great having you on, man. I appreciate
Yeah,
having you on.
absolutely, man.
If there's anything that you want to plug, we got the new Sex Prisoner on the way. So
Yep, new SP on the way. Playing some shows next week in playing Denver for the first time, which is pretty sweet.
oh, that'll be sick.
Playing Albuquerque. We're going on tour with Pig Destroyer, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, that is gonna be awesome, dude.
Tour, it's like
Yeah.
4 days.
Right. Still, I mean, that's
It's
hey,
it's a
weekend
tour for
run
us.
tour. It's the same thing, dude. It's the same thing.
Yeah, our longest tour was I think 2 weeks. You know what I mean? So
Really?
like this is
That's.
still
I mean,
yeah,
that's still a long time though. 2 weeks is a long time to be gone.
yeah, yeah. But we're playing Denver, Albuquerque, Tucson, and Phoenix. So two kind of local shows and
Yeah,
two
that'll be
out of
sick.
town shows.
We got to
So yeah,
get you to we got to get you out here to the Midwest, man, the East
yeah, I
Coast. I
know,
would
man.
love to. I would happily set something up. If you guys ever get some time, I would gladly, work something out. We could get you out here.
It's on the bucket list, man. I really want to play in KC with Spine.
Yeah,
We've done Chicago. I want to play Milwaukee, Cleveland, obviously, and then
I'd
yeah.
love that.
But
Is the furthest out east is Chicago the furthest you've been out here?
no, we've done a East Coast run before. When we did the A389 bash, we did I'm trying to remember. We did Richmond, Baltimore, DC,
Damn, where the
and New
fuck was
York.
I at? I was,
Yeah.
I was, I don't know where I should have went to one of those.
How,
I don't know where I was at for that.
how far of a drive is that? Is that like an 8 hour
So
drive?
like,
I don't know.
yeah, Baltimore, yeah, around that area. You know what I mean? Depending on like Virginia, you could probably get there in a couple hours. That's like 4 or 5 hours. That's not too bad.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but even then, like Baltimore, then none of that stuff is too far. So
Gotcha. Yeah, that Richmond show was rough. So
yeah, a little tough, dude.
it was a tough one, man. It comes and it happens.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have a bit like a pretty good fan base out here. I swear to God, like I'm not trying to sound like an ass kisser around here, so I don't want the people who listen to it to be like, "What the fuck is this guy's problem?" But I'd been big Sex Prisoner fan forever. I'd got all of my friends hyped to it. I used to tell like
Oh
all
yeah.
the clubs here, I was like, "You guys got to try and book these guys. Like, please book these guys." So I would love to set something up and get you guys out here. We could do Cleveland, Cincinnati. I get you all through Ohio. We could set something up, man. It'd be sick.
That would be cool, man.
Yeah, it'd be fucking
We
awesome.
we may or may not be going out there or the East Coast next year.
Yeah.
Nothing's been announced yet, so I'll keep it on the DL, but it's in the works. Play a show out there next year, so maybe we can set something up.
Yeah, man,
Keep
that would be
contact.
fantastic. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Any, I guess the very last thing. Any new merch coming out? Any shirts or anything? I got one of those big dog shirts from way back in the day, but
It's wearing sweatpants. The dog's wearing sweatpants.
yeah, this
Um,
thing's fucking sick.
and I think a U of A jersey.
Yeah, he does have a jersey on. Yeah, it does.
A U of A hockey jersey. I think nothing new, but I think we might drop some stuff online, or some stuff will be available online here shortly.
Yeah,
So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that with the re-release coming out. So I think I don't want to drop too much. I don't want Dom to be pissed at me, but yeah, we'll drop some merch there too. So
yeah, man. Well,
yes, sir.
hell yeah, that was sick. If there's anything else you want to say before we wrap it up,
No, just yeah, appreciate the interview, man. I don't really do a whole lot of these things, so kind of
yeah, no, hey, I appreciate
it's
you
out of
coming
my,
on,
it's out of
dude.
my wheelhouse. So I'm sorry if I've been rambling or whatever.
No, not at all. Not at all, dude. It was great. The people want to hear from you. So yeah, that was awesome. So I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate everyone listening to the show. And yeah, thanks, guys.
Yep. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Peace.